Hey guys, this is your commissioner, Kaiser, Monarch, Dictator, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to go over our rivalry week and preview Division Warfare. I've been meaning to do this more this whole season, but let me show you what I've been doing in other leagues. So this is my problem with Sleeper right here, okay? Uh, Sleeper does not have a quote unquote message board. All they have is a league chat. And that kind of sucks and makes me a little bit disinterested or I guess not as involved because this is what I do in my other league that I'm a commissioner in. And I really, really love uh, the format of posting on the message board here. You see, this is ESPN, our wonderful ESPN league. And I like Sleeper. I do. I like it's got a lot of cool features and all these channels and different aspects to it that you don't get with ESPN. But I grew up on ESPN and it is just it's more user friendly to me since I've been playing fantasy football since I was like 13, which is like 13 years of playing fantasy football. But this message board makes it so much more concise when you want to communicate things to the league. Like in this, I could post a message in here, but it's just going to be, overran by all this extra stuff that's in there, and you might not even see it. Now, I could pin it to the top here, but as you can see, some of these things are really long. Like, I have my welcome to the league, message. I do draft grades on, how this is a redraft league, so I'm just drafting, what I think they did. And for this is pretty cool. I typed in their team into that rate my fantasy football guys, give them their grade, as you can see with here, and then what ESPN says in the final standing. And then I even gave them a win line, what I thought their wins would be. Now, at the end of the year, I'm going to post a separate post saying like how did I do? How did I get it? How did things play out? Were you close to what I thought you were going to do? Were you not? And then in our rivalry week, I even have matchups on it where I give our matchups say a give them a bowl name, give them a what's going on here. I project the winner. I projected myself to win there. You know, it's really cool. And this is Division Warfare. This is the second time this has happened in this league here. Um, as you can see here in my 252 league, this is my non PPR friend league from friends I've been with high school. No money put in, non PPR. It's been going on since this is the first league I was ever in. This is a 13-year-old league. And they introduced me to the concept of rivalry week and division warfare, and that's been going on in there. It's fallen off a lot, but I've shifted it over to this league, the BS4L league, and this is our second year to do it. But look at this. Look at this. Look, I wrote a 5-part, essentially essay. This was a 3,653 word, 8-page essay on division warfare. This is where I go into the East Coast, give a little overview of what I'm thinking about the East Coast. I talk about notable buys, notable injuries, who they're playing. I talk about how they're seeing their team is doing up into this point in the league, and then I go to like the preview right here where I preview their 2 matches that they're playing, and then I project their win total here. So this is max wins you can get in, you know, Division Warfare is 2. So I project this team is going to do really well in Division Warfare. And then right here, I project this team is going to do really bad. So, like I said, it's an awesome part of ESPN where I can post a message board. It's completely separate from our waiver report, from our transaction counter, or whatever you want to call it. And I mean, look at this. I'm very proud of this right here. I want to do this for our league, and I want to, you know, put as much effort into the league here. in the dynasty league that we do as I do into this simple redraft league here. But sleeper kind of makes that difficult, which is why I I have to, you know, screen record these things and go over these things like I did with the brochure before the season started. So I guess I could type it out in GroupMe. I guess that is something I could do, but then again, that's just another a separate app, a separate location where all things aren't together. Maybe you read it, maybe you don't. I know that these guys read these posts and they love it. I get feedback in the group chat all the time about it. Um, they love it, and I want these videos to be something that y'all love too. But I will admit I've been slacking this season. I've been putting a lot more effort into this one here. Doesn't mean I'm not invested into our T Dynasty League. I love this league. My team I love the dynasty aspect of it. And I know we have problems where we've discussed, next year we're going to completely go back to default scoring settings. But all right, that's just a separate thing right there. So I want to go over our rivalry week matchup here. So first to start off, we had me and Rob. I would have expected to win this game, but Rob came out top. It was a close one there. He had a great performance from Devon A. Chain. Oh my gosh, he was balling out, wasn't he? He got on IR. Brock Purdy was doing really good during that time also. And Cole Kmet going crazy here. Adam Thielen, PPR God at the moment. PPR God at the moment. Cortland Sutton, he's been balling out too as of recent up until this time of this recording here. And the defenses. Here we go. This is what you are talking about. I know how it is. I thought it would be a cool thing to do for making a defense more worthy. Switching over to here on my side, Zach Moss not doing anything. CD Lamb underperforming all the season. Brandon Ayuk balling out this season. He's what is he like? Number 18th wide receiver. We love that. Oh, and this guy right here. He's somebody else's problem now. I'll tell you that much. He's Shelf's problem. Had to get him out of there. Done with him. 18 points from a kicker. You love that. You love that. Going over to their bench. Not much happening on the bench over here except for CJ Stroud dropping a 30 bomb. But yeah, Rob went away with that win right there. So not much you can say other than this is a rivalry. All right, let's go to our next one. Let's see if I can go back to week 4. Let's look at Chris versus Thad right here. This is a good rivalry. They were 3-3 all time. They both have won championships. They both have very high-powered offenses. Lamar scored in 30. It's just going to happen all the time. Kyren Williams, what a great season up until the IR right here. DK, kind of been underperforming this year. Mari Cooper, trash now. He was really good last year, it looks like. Fantasy points. Yeah, he was getting you some 20 pieces. I think that has to do with Deshaun not getting the services he needs off the field, if you know what I'm saying. I traded Sam Laporta here to... Who did I trade him to? I traded him. I don't know if I direct. This was part of the 3-man trade. I think I did with Bart, Thad, and me. So essentially, I gave up Laporta for Dalton Kincaid. That is kind of hurting right now. But I mean, I'm not going to start Laporta over Mark Andrews, and I think Kincaid will be pretty good. But this is a great dynasty tight end right here. 22. They say a lot of rookie tight ends don't do well in their first year, but he's proven that wrong. The defense, 35. Dallas defense, oh my gosh, let's look at this. 44 points, 35 points, 21 points. That's going to be hard to beat, as you can see with Chris with almost what is that? 55-point difference right there. DJ Moore can't do golly. makes me sick seeing him do well this season. Whenever, Panthers got rid of him for ham sandwiches. Over to Chris, though. Chris's dynasty team is nasty, but it looks like he just had a horrible week. Defense scoring 5 in this scoring setting's not going to do it for you. Christian Kirk is a baller this year, PPR king right now. I mean, look at those numbers. He's the 15th ranked wide receiver. I traded for him in another league, and it has just been done me wonders. Amara, love that. Evan Ingram doing good. Jamar Chase, this season he's been like, I don't know. It has to do with Joe Burrow playing. I mean, he has that 158-point game. It was 52 in standard PPR. But other than that, you're kind of like not really happy with his production. But hey, they're both sitting at 4-2 right now. But Aaron Jones stunk it up. James Conner stunk it up. Went to IR. He'll be good when he gets back. Patty, not a good game. If he would have got, just a bad game from a good team. But Dad took the upper hand on this one. He's now 4-3 over him. So that'll be a fun rivalry to see. They'll probably meet in the playoffs, I think, these two teams. All right, going on to the next one for rivalry week. Ooh, McCardle versus Shelf. Just a blowout. It was projected to be a close one right here. 61.8 points. He doubled it and then some, McCardle. Even with these running backs scoring a combined 9 points, that's kind of crazy. But Joe Burrow scoring 3, that's not going to get you anything. Pollard scoring 9, that's not really that great at all for him. What you expect? And Debo with almost a dud. That would have been an ice in the other league. But this is what saved him right here. This 44-point game from A.J. Brown. He's a number 3 wide receiver this season, which is kind of crazy. You wouldn't expect that. Like, who would be ahead of him? Like, Tyreek and Stephon Diggs, probably. We'll probably see that later. Nico Collins. Oh, yeah. 80. Right there, you have 86 points between two players, which is more than his whole team scored. So that's just a tough beat right there. Yeah, that really stands out the most there. Calvin Ridley has been boom or bust this year, as you can see. Glad to see him back. Let the people gamble as long as it's not in their game, I say. Shelf traded away Brian Robinson to me for Najee. That's your problem now, buddy. But Debo's still dealing with the injury. Started out real hot right here. You're happy with those games. But Hawkinson, a bad game, but he's a threat to get you 20 every week. I don't know why he started. Let's see why he started Quentin Johnston. Well, it looks like he was plagued with injuries, really. Could have started Marquise Brown. He's been balling out. Number 22 wide receiver. Deontay Johnson was on IR. Jahan Dotson not doing too well, even though everybody said this would be a breakout year. But, I mean, even if he would have started Marquise Brown over Quentin Johnston, it wouldn't have worked out for him. So, better luck next year, Shelf. You look like you're going to have a top 3 pick in the draft. These teams are both not doing very well throughout the season. This is the up to week 7 stats, right? Week 6? Why does it say they're 1-5? Maybe it hasn't updated yet. But go on to the next one here. I am the worst at fantasy football. Brother, you have no idea who's the worst at fantasy football. See me in the Brew Crew. Oh, this is brutal. 5-1 versus 1-6. Bart's team's killing it this year. Got a great game out of Justin Herbert. Squirt Cousins doing Squirt Cousins things. Josh Jacobs. One of the rare games this season where he's balled out. I think they might tank. They might tank for Caleb Williams. Imagine Caleb Williams with Devontae Adams. That'd be wild. Bad game from the Dolphins players here, but it still really didn't affect Bart's win chance right here. I mean, that's got to be Tyreek's lowest points. Yeah, a 10. 3 receptions for 58 yards. But I mean, oh my gosh, look at this. He's so good. He's the first overall player ranking ahead of QBs. Probably better than Mahomes. That's wild. And he has Stephon Diggs here. Holy crap. The number 2. Yep, number 2 overall. That's just that's hard to overcome. And then you got Josh Jacobs, who is, he is a top 10 running back in fantasy whenever it works. Kamara's been balling out since he came back. Look at that. Look at those numbers. That's hard to beat. That's very hard to beat. That's a bad beat, Steve. Bijan doing his thing for Steve. Got a great pick, first overall. T. Higgins not doing well this year. I made a trade for him, I think. And for a long run, I think once Joe Burrow gets healthy, he'll be better. But I understand Steve's in the tanking mindset, going to tear it all up. Bad game from all around with Chris Olave and George Kittle. Derrick Henry doing Derrick Henry things. Jerry Jeudy stinks. He stinks. I don't want him, Steve. But, yeah, he needs to ice up. He's not good. Defense is being average. That's what we like right there. Those are good defense. Let's see if any points were left on the board. Terry McLaurin, 22. Oh, and the Jags defense, 26. That would have secured him the win. Let's see. 26. It's 18 points. 18. Yeah, if he would have started the Jags defense and Terry McLaurin, he definitely would have. Terry McLaurin over Jerry Jeudy for sure would have won. But hey, this is a good rivalry. I like that. And the last one we'll go over. I'll probably make a second video for Division Warfare. I just want to, because I think YouTube has this new thing where you have to be a verified creator for a video more than 15 minutes. I'm not sure. It looks like I'm already at 16, so we'll see how this goes. But Greensboro Gabagool with a freaking bomb of a week. He was projected 149, almost scored 100 points more than what he was projected over Slab. This one's tied at 3-3 also. I lost the records. I've had it all on a paper and I threw it away. The only ones I could find in the group chat were that Joe and Slab were 3-3 going into rivalry week, and Thad and Chris were 3-3 going to rivalry week. Joe goes now to 4-3 against Slab, but I'll have to. That'll take me so long to go back and look at it. I'll have to find it another time to see what the updated rivalry records are. But let's look at 34 points. The tush push. He had to have a touchdown. Did he? Week 4. No, he didn't even have a rushing touchdown this week. He still scored 34. That's wild. McCaffrey, jeez, so nasty. So handsome too. Look at him. James Cook balled out. Devonta Smith, all right. Chris Godwin, great PPR. Get 8 receptions. Kelsey, not a good game, but Pookie Nukie. A lot of people were surprised. He got him from waivers. Whew, that's waiver wire pickup of the year right there, I'll tell you. Definitely number 4. And even whenever Cooper Kupp came back, I know that this isn't rivalry, but these are the three weeks that Kupp was back. He's got 30 targets in the 3 weeks since Kupp came back. Look at that. That's wild. Romeo Dobbs was doing well for a little bit. The Seattle defense, there it is again. 37 points. What did they have? Oh, they played the Giants. Well, that hurts. Yeah. 11 sacks that game. Yeah, the Giants' offensive line is bad. They're really bad. Can't say much as a Panthers fan. Isaiah Pacheco with 27 points on the bench. So he theoretically could have had 12 more points, and that would have been 258 points. Whew. Over here at Slab's team, Josh Allen with a 50-piece. It wasn't enough, though. Look at that. A 50-piece. Only missed 4 passes, threw for 4 yards, and had a rushing touchdown. That is a good game. Ramondre Stevenson fell off from last year. I was excited about him this year. Took him in a couple leagues. He's not been doing well. I mean, look at this. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 16, 20. That was last season. Now we're looking at not one game up to 20 points. He's not getting the targets and the receptions he was last year. I think he had 100 receptions last year. That is 3, 6, 10, 12, 15, 17, 23 receptions so far. Not good. Gunner Swift balling out. Look at that first game he had. One attempt for 3 yards, then boom, just 100-yard game, 100-yard game, touchdown. He's only 24 too. I know they were trying to write him off early. Devontae Adams, mid this year. I took him as my first pick in another league. It's been mid. I know it. I feel your pain, Slab. Michael Pittman's been doing good, but this week it just wasn't cutting out. Like, look, look at that. That's just a bad beat. The 1 week he doesn't have a double-digit scoring or a 20-point game is rivalry week. You hate that. Pat Freiermuth stinks. Can't stay healthy right now. And that just Steelers offense kind of duty. But Keelan Allen, killing it this year. Not enough though. Not enough. And negative points from a defense in this league, that's rough. You gotta really be bad to have negative points in this league's defense. But that is rivalry week in a nutshell. Gonna make another video coming up here with a look at essentially division warfare, projections, what's going to happen. But where's the league? It's so hard to see the league. Look at this, dude. This division's winning it all. That's our money. All right. Thanks, guys.